I can hear you perfectly fine.
Are we ready?
Yeah, we are ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready when you're ready.
There we go. Yeah. So, how is everything? How's your business going along? Are we ready for the spring market? It's buckle up. It's going to be crazy.
Not yet. I haven't had any extra effort to,
Mm-hmm.
so I haven't yet planned.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I will.
Okay. Good.
Uh, and again, my plans are to start door knocking
Yeah.
around after Christmas.
After Christmas. Okay.
Yeah.
And so we can use now until Christmas to clean up the business.
Yeah.
Why was there why was there a pause?
I mean, yes, that's a time I can use a little
Okay.
bit, do my counting and all that. Yes. More
Okay.
of a tidy up the house
Okay.
inside and then work outside. It
Okay.
always is a burden on me, Susan. If I
Of what?
see my work table, it's bills and papers, and I'm not organized. But that's
Oh,
all.
well, it's not that hard to get organized. So what happened to the motivation to get organized?
Uh, not doing it, not doing that part, but doing other parts of business and life,
And life.
which has nothing to do with business. So I'm a bit, you can say, lazy on that part.
So when you think about, so what is one thing that's on your desk that's bothering you?
No, it's papers, and I
No, I
haven't
know, but just pick one. Like,
picked one.
yeah, like you know you should get it done, but you don't, but then you go clean up the yard.
Of course, I have to put those papers in itself, sort them out, and put them into folders. That's one. And
Oh, okay.
after that, whichever subject those papers are,
Uh-huh.
then I need to work on them. For example, I know that I have to put some exact contacts, update them. So
Mm-hmm.
I made a sheet, and on that I keep writing, okay, update Susan, update Paul, or remove Paul because he already bought a home and with a different agent. So I say delete it. I don't want to talk to Paul because he didn't talk to me this time. So why he will talk next time? I usually delete those contacts. So I need to update that. You also need to um, look into agent locator and very likely cancel that. Keep only exit. I mean, simple things, not too complicated. I've been giving more time to domestic help, means helping sons and my dog and stuff like that, which is actually spending money, not earning money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Go on. I have to hear the whole picture. I can't just fix.
Yeah, it is like that. I think I will work on it now.
So it's basically urgency over life convenience. Because you know, it's very easy to not like to help out. Like let's pick like going to whatever with your son, right? Like that urgency will kind of bump everything else out of the way. Like kind of like updating your exact contact is not gonna outweigh
Yeah.
taking your son somewhere, right? Okay.
But
Um,
at the same time, I know usually I stretch them towards the end of the year, and that's when I clean up because it's less work, less family demands because they are not doing much stuff anyways. So
mhm.
I usually ends up
You should get them done in the next 2 months.
in the next 2 months and then
Okay.
start fresh in the new year.
Okay. Well, let's see how that goes.
Usually, that's all. Because I have to do it anyways for my accounting.
Yeah.
Get it ready before then.
That's your accounting stuff. You want to figure out your exact cost stuff. That doesn't have a deadline.
Actually, it doesn't take too long, but again, I haven't done it.
Mhm.
And when I think about agent locator,
Mhm.
only benefit, Susan, I think we discussed so
Mhm.
far is that those who are in my agent locator listing update emails,
Mhm.
when they go back and start looking homes, agent locator sends me a message.
Mhm.
Susan is now active again, and these are the
Mm.
listings she
That they're
checked.
looking at.
So it sends
Okay.
me email. Then I know, oh, okay, Susan has been absent. Look,
Mm.
not looking properties for a year. Now she is.
But does it
Kind of,
have that tool help you make a deal?
exactly. I haven't.
Okay.
To some extent, I feel as if I reach back to these people, they may come to know that I'm spying or I know what they are doing. So off and on, I touch base with them, but not right away when I see them updating. I don't think that's too big of a
Has it ever
helping
helped you
tool.
close a deal though? Has it ever
No,
helped you follow up and then turn into, and you're like, oh, thank goodness for agent locator, let me that know, and then I followed up and now I got a deal.
no. In fact, I
Okay.
know one of the clients or a lead. It was my farm.
Mhm.
She was checking off and on. I, in fact, showed her houses in Orangeville, and
What
she
you
listed
can
with
do,
someone,
what
and
you
she showed.
can what you can do is all those people who are on agent locator that has that function that when they sign in to look at things, they let you know what they're looking at. Realm has same thing, but they every time somebody signs in to look at their houses, Realm emails me, let me know that this person has signed in.
Saying, but not
It doesn't show the
initiate.
property. It doesn't show the property, but I know they signed in. Why did they sign in? They're looking at houses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really care which houses. It's not like I'm going to sell them a house. It's I need to know that they're active to get them talking and all that stuff. If they like something, if they put a heart on something, then yeah, it will let me know that this person favorite a house, right? But
Yeah.
but basically, if they signed in, that's all I need to know. So all those people on Agent Locator that have that function, you can add them to Realm.
Those who has been getting active,
Yeah,
checking listings. Yeah, I can
yeah,
transfer because I have paid agent locator for almost now 2 years and
yeah.
not done anything there.
Okay, so in order to cancel it, because you understand that working in your business, like or on your business, gets you money, but then when you walk away from it, like you said, when you do family stuff, it doesn't make you money. It actually spends money, right? On
Yeah.
days like that, instead of feeling guilty that you're spending money and not making money, you can go over and cancel agent locator. So at least you kind of balance it off a little bit.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't. I don't feel guilty when I
Not guilty, but it's the
send.
back of your head that, instead of making money, I'm spending money. It's not guilty, but you know the
Yes.
fact that that's happening, where you
Yes.
should be also be making money instead of spending money. But so instead of having that thought floating around, you can go and turn around and cancel agent locator, saying, well, at least I canceled it and now I have this less
Correct.
of an expense.
That's something I need to do. Cancel that.
Yeah. Yeah. I know it's something you need to do, but it's on your list for the last 4
Yeah.
weeks because we spoke about like 2 calls ago, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct. Only
So
thing stops me that what if those clients am I going to lose a contact with
like
them
take
or
those clients and add them to Realm.
to yeah.
Yeah. And then you would send them an invitation because they have to like set up their own account, right? And then you would make an email letting them know that a better search engine is now available for all my clients, right? This is directly to MLS, where before it was a third party. And so now we are able to have you directly search on our MLS, and then you introduce row.
There is one thing in Asian locator that it can check all over, say Ontario, right?
Hmm.
But Realm is not
This treble link.
having membership with all real estate boards.
Yeah,
Yet
but then you're not working with people outside of the Toronto board anyways.
not very much. For example, somebody referred her brother, he's
Hmm.
in Nova Scotia. He won listings in Cambridge, Waterloo, and GTA. So Cambridge, Waterloo,
Hmm.
um, not all the listings are on
Yeah.
Treb
Mm.
or Realm,
Yeah.
but that's okay. I'm not gonna worry much to. You're right. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. So there's nothing else holding you back.
yeah.
Okay.
It's
So that's
just
good.
bring it one thing, and
So
if
if you,
there is something holding back, but it is not too much of a
yeah,
deal.
but because you don't want to do it already, and then there's a little bit of a reason why, then that
Yeah.
equals not doing it.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can see the result of it, that
Yeah.
you didn't cancel it. So yeah, it's not a big deal, but it's enough to kind of put it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
if you're getting problems of getting things to do done checklists, right? It's one of the challenges that a lot of people have. It's not just you. Just getting things done is in fact a skill to learn itself. It's not.
correct.
It's not like if you ever read The Atomic Habit, you can understand how challenging it is for just regular human beings to kind of do the things that they need to do and want to incorporate new habits and things like that. It is actual practice to do that. And then if you allow yourself not to practice it, then you allow yourself not to do the things that you need to do.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
you yourself have to figure out a way that gets you motivated or gets you in the mood to do your checklist, right? And saying that I'll block it off a time, maybe that doesn't work, because if you tried it, it doesn't work, then that's not it. Then you gotta have other kind of motivations or motivators to get them done. And the thing is, only you can figure that out. Like I
think
can give you like a million suggestions.
no. I know we discussed blocking the time is the good approach. I don't think there is.
If it's a
You
good
need to
approach, then it
try
would work.
something else and block the time.
No, if it's a good approach, then it would have worked. Because you tried blocking it off and it doesn't work, then it doesn't work.
Maybe I didn't block.
It's
No, I will get better, Susan. I have to. For
yeah,
the sake of
but
everything,
the thing
not
is,
only business, but to run the
yeah,
show,
yeah,
everything. I know it needs improvement.
yeah.
Being busy with not busy, but being active in the business also. Last week I did open house at the rural property.
Nice.
Trust me, it took half of my Saturday. So,
Okay. It usually
well,
open house usually should.
so Saturday, the house is vacant. He has moved to India. Not moved, but now he is in India for almost 2 months. So I'm having someone who looks into loans and everything. But
Hmm.
because of the fall,
Hmm.
when I went there, I went about an hour early.
Mm.
And all the leaves, they were in the driveway.
Uh-huh.
Front porch was full of dust and webs. When I
Mm.
opened the door, inside I could see dead flies almost in
Oh
front of
dear.
every window bathroom. Bad scene. So
Ah,
some of the showings happened in that
condition.
condition, and I'm sure people will not like it.
Hmm.
Sure, because
So why was it that condition?
kitchen.
Did you not see it before you listed it? Or what happened?
No, he I listed, house was cleaned, but
Okay.
he went to India.
Okay.
So now is a season when some of these days when flies they like to come in because of cold, and you suddenly get a hot day, then they go back to the window. They kind of hibernate, but you have a nice temperature, then they come out and they are beside the windows. Happens here too at my home. So
Mm-hmm.
so I was there 1 hour early, and I'm thinking, what should I do? I open up, advertise on Sunday too. Well,
Mm-hmm.
call the cleaner. Can you come? She said, no, no way.
Mm-hmm.
No. And look what I picked up the leaves. I found a blower.
I've got two people who needs work and they're
Right away,
cleaners.
but right away,
Yep.
like it was around maybe 1:15.
If they're free, then yeah, they don't.
At 2 o'clock is the open house, and I
Yeah.
had showings booked during the open house by agents. Anyway, I
Yeah.
picked up the flies also quickly with the
Mm-hmm.
pan, kind of made it
Yeah.
somewhat better
If you have any odd cleaning jobs, let me know.
right away quickly.
If they're available, they will go. Yeah. They don't
Yeah,
have they
you may
don't
have to
have
go to the same house to do a proper cleanup
yeah.
because
Yeah.
I
They
did something, but not
I paid for deep cleaning and they did a very good job.
then I will need them
Yeah.
for that house only.
Yeah. But you gotta pay for the travel time. I sent them to Newmarket and it's $50 an hour travel time. So if it's an hour there, an hour back, that's $100 travel.
So I will compensate them. It's
Yeah.
their time.
And then $30 per hour.
Mm.
And they come with two people. So it's $60 an hour. If they do like 2 hours, then you don't have to tell them deep cleaning. You can just go with like regular cleaning, just
Right.
like dusting off showable. Like they don't have
Right.
to open the fridge and clean the freezer kind of thing.
Mm.
Yeah. They don't have to pull the appliance clean behind the appliance. Like I had that last time. Deep
I
cleaning.
will like to because uh, this time I'll make sure this guy has to sell his house.
Mhm.
He is a bit slow in decreasing the price. He did
Mhm.
2 weeks ago. That's why I did the open house.
Mhm.
Drop of 100K, I think I discussed with you.
Mhm.
And maybe 2-3 weeks after, if his property is not moving, I will suggest another price drop. Hopefully he will do. So I
Okay.
should get it clean because I want to move
Yeah,
that.
let me know. Let me know and I'll send them.
Send me
Mhm.
or the property address. Should I
Yeah.
send it? Or what?
Yeah, to tell me a time and a date, and I'll ask them. If they say yes, then I'll connect you guys. If they say no, then no. But
Any
he
day.
said,
The house is vacant.
okay.
Anytime, any day.
Okay, send me the address and I ask them if they want to go there. Because isn't that Caledon, a rural area, right?
Caledon, near Caledon Village,
Yeah.
rural. Yeah,
Okay.
it will take from
An
there.
hour. They're in Toronto.
Oh, from your home 1 hour.
Yeah, so from Toronto to there is an hour probably.
Yeah,
They're in North York.
yeah. They should take 410, and
Yeah.
they're faster. Okay,
Yep.
that's one. So that
So
was
when did you want to get it clean? Like just this weekend?
anytime because last weekend somehow we managed, and luckily on Saturday when I did the open house, only those two agents who were
Okay.
prepaid, they came. No one came.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Sunday, 8 people came. 3 agents, 5
oh,
couples.
nice.
Someone else was doing. I wasn't.
Mhm.
My colleague in the
Mhm.
office,
Mhm.
and she's a new agent. She said, "Can I do?" I said, "Okay."
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
one.
we'll make it dusting clean, like not deep clean, but like showable clean. Yeah. Okay, sounds good. I'll let them know. Send me the address.
Okay. What next? Also got a lead from my area. They call.
Nice.
I know them. He's
Yeah.
very nice. Whenever
Mhm.
I knock his door,
Mhm.
met them last night, and
Nice.
he and his wife, they said
Yeah.
we want to upsize.
Upsize, nice.
Yes, she
Perfect
said.
time.
So she and their only son was, I would say, is about maybe 12 years,
Mhm.
11,
One
12,
son. Okay.
11, 12, yeah, he's
Did
in
you practice your question asking skills? Did you
different
practice
way.
your, no, like that yesterday, did you in the consultation, did you
So
use
one
all
minute,
their
me
discovery
and Bob,
question?
yes, I did. Knowingly, I did something. That's what all thing I want to tell you about. So I'm reading the book. I got that,
Agent, full agent, yeah.
and I've only read 15 pages. In the first 15 pages, he talks about sympathy and empathy. Now,
Yeah.
I didn't really understand a lot of difference between sympathy and empathy, but what I understood is that one should feel their pain point. I think
Yeah.
that's what empathy was, isn't it?
One or the other. I understand. I don't remember which
I
label.
thought empathy means, because he says, okay, deal with empathy. Okay.
One is you
To
telling
me,
me, one is you're telling me something, and then I feel bad for you, right? The other one is you're telling me something, and then I feel the bad with you. Like I
That's
turn around.
empathy. That's empathy.
Yeah.
That's empathy. Correct.
You want, and that's the one that you want to express.
Exactly. So I met them, and it was in my mind to feel their pain and show as if I'm also feeling their pain. Correct?
Yes, correct.
Yes. So I give them a few examples of. Anyways, she wanted to buy a house because they have lived there 22 years,
Oh, wow.
and he hasn't updated the house the way she wanted.
Mm.
And the guy now feels the house is small, he can park his trailer, and they do camping, they need small, what you say, RVs, maybe.
Mhm.
No, what you call that?
Mhm.
Uh, not ATVs.
80s, okay.
But they still live in subdivision,
Mhm.
and he don't want neighbors around. So
Okay,
I felt her kind of, so I played some empathy there.
good.
It was a meeting which
For the
lasted
first time,
1 hour.
you had some empathy?
No, I had empathy, uh, artificial empathy,
Yeah,
created empathy. But yes, I know them. They're very nice.
yeah.
And especially, I have met the husband many
Mhm.
times. So they were welcoming. They were nice to talk and everything. And we talk other things, not only the business. So they
Okay.
want to explore the options. They want to stay in the neighborhood like that. So I'll put them. He said, "Okay, put me on the list and
Mm-hmm.
see what options are there." But I did at the same time. I said, "Why, Mary? Why don't you just update this house?" I said, "Okay, I understand your concern. You want a new house. Is the space enough?" He said, "Yeah, I don't need more space." I said, "It is much easier," because I wanted to rule out or know their motivation.
Yeah,
I said, "Why don't you just spend 100,000, 200,000? Still, it will be cheaper, because if you sell, you will pay real estate expenses, and there is inconvenience of selling, and the next home also you're going to
okay.
put some money into that house. So you like the neighborhood. Your son goes to school in the neighborhood, and you said you don't
Yeah,
want to disturb him too.
yeah.
So
So
why
you have
don't
to
you
really
spend
pull out
200?
you have to really pull out the real pain.
Right.
Where's the real pain? Like you're not showing to me the real pain. Why am I here?
Yeah. Yeah. So I said, why don't you spend 200, and this house will look like, most modern house, I can tell you. And I gave examples in the neighbor. I know people who transform their homes. I said, look at that house. I can make you meet that guy, and he can guide you
Yeah,
to transform this house. So she kept on thinking, yeah, she said, yeah, that's doable. There
yeah.
was pause, and I paused. I said, okay, let her reply. She said,
Yeah.
yeah, and I think I can do that. But I feel sorry for this guy because he cannot park his RV and we use ATVs. His truck is too big and he doesn't have the space he needs.
Okay. So even if you change the inside, the outside doesn't work.
Correct. So I said, yeah, that you cannot change. He
Yeah.
said, I don't like to be too close to the neighbors.
Yeah.
I don't have enough parking. Now he starts speaking.
Yeah.
He said, inside, yeah, we can change, but how can I work on the outside? I don't like neighbors around.
Hmm.
Front yard is small, backyard is small, like that.
Yeah.
So he said, okay, what if we move in Bolton to those bigger lot homes like that,
Bigger lot, but smaller house, same house size.
similar size? Yeah. So he want more space.
Yeah.
And
He wants
as
something that this house can't change.
and then was also ringing Susan's remarks in my mind. I said, people they don't stick to what they say that they
Yeah.
want a house in Bolton. So I didn't want to say, okay, that's your only option. Or I said, okay, you can start looking Bolton homes. You can also start looking estate homes.
Hmm.
So look for maybe you like this, maybe you like that, and maybe you don't like anyone, and you come back and upgrade this house. So I
Yeah.
didn't want them to feel I'm there to just do a business. I'm still telling
Empathy.
them that they can update this house,
Yeah.
which looks like they won't.
Okay.
There were no season.
That's
Maybe
good. Yeah.
they still decide to update this house.
But then they
But
can't update the driveway.
yeah, outside I could see bigger vehicles uh, sitting tightly, and he was right.
Mhm.
I
You
didn't.
can ask
I
you
encouraged them to start
looking.
looking. I
Yeah.
said you can go and see some options
Yeah.
inside subdivision, bigger lots
Yeah.
in rural areas, so that you
Mhm.
get some idea how they are. I said okay.
So in the consultation, when they are talking, right? After they finished, did you take notes while they were talking? Okay. So next time take notes. Because it's when they talk and you don't take notes, you don't feel important, right? Because when they're talking, it means the world to them. Okay,
Alright,
to them.
okay.
And when they tell it to you, and you're just going like, uh-huh, you're just kind of brush, but even though you're trying to absorb it, but what they see is you're brushing it off, right?
Alright,
So one is take notes next time. Like
alright,
whatever because you know why? You have to repeat everything they said in the same order that they're going to say it. If you don't take notes, then you can't repeat it,
alright.
right? Because if you want to show empathy,
Mhm,
right, that you really do care, then you
mhm,
have to take notes
correct.
because that shows you care. Second is after you taking the notes and after they're finished talking, I know you remember and I know you know what they know what they said. It doesn't really matter. You
But to
still
show.
have to go back and go,
Mhm,
so what I hear you say is, so what you're trying to say that what you basically when you do this process, like they talk, you take notes, when they finish, you say the line. So what I hear you say is, and you repeat everything on the paper. What message is actually conveying to them is that everything you told me is so important and I wrote it down.
I
And
understand. Yeah,
not only that's important, I want to make sure that I understood you correctly. So now that you're finished talking, I want to make sure that I got everything is correct. Is this correct? Like that whole paragraph is repeated, is what they feel when you repeat what they say.
correct.
It's a very little thing to do, and people overlook it. But you have to remember that when they're sitting in front of you, you're bringing them on an emotional roller coaster
Yeah.
from a stranger to
Mhm,
someone that you know, to someone that you can trust, to
mhm,
someone that thinks they care for them. So
mhm,
it's an emotional roller coaster. And if you don't bring them to the great points, then they won't go through that kind of thoughts, that train of thought. So yeah, it's very important that you take the notes and you have to repeat what they said. So you have to go, what I hear you say is,
Mhm.
and you go, and then you go, is this correct? And they go, yeah, that's correct. Oh my God, you got everything right. That's exactly how I feel. You feel what I feel now. All of that goes through their mind. It's all emotions.
Mm.
Okay?
Right,
Right. Keep going.
right. Yeah. So that's something possibly may happen next year, but
Okay.
I will work on it.
Why next year?
Why next year? They said we will start looking. You set up the emails. He said, okay, Paul, set me up, send me the emails. And then I told him, he said, I will put you on my list. You will get
Yeah.
properties. And I don't think it will happen. I mean, they won't sell tomorrow. The process starts and it may take some time. They are not in
So
a.
you didn't get a timeline.
I said, when do you want to move? They said, we are not in a rush, but we want to do it. So
Okay.
they don't want to do it like tomorrow.
Okay.
They're okay. They have a house.
I totally hear you're not in a rush. And
Mhm.
and of course, moving is a big decision and it's a big process and people don't typically rush through the process. Before you make the decision that, I want to sell at the end of next year or do it end of next year, you kind of want to understand what the market's going through because the last thing I need to happen to you is that come September next year, you tell
Mhm.
me, I wish I did it in today, November last year. Like
Mhm.
instead of like you can move whenever you want, but you just want to make sure you get the full story of what's going on in the market before you make any permanent decisions, right? So currently, right now, just so that you know about the real estate market, what's going on, right? As you hear that the interest rate has dropped about, 2 times or 3 times already, whatever times it's been dropping. We're in a good kind of interest rates now, and they're hoping to drop it one more time at the end of the year,
Mhm.
right? And so you want to, so that's kind of coming up, right? The houses that you see today and the prices that you're going to see when I send you the listings, right? It's only for today, maybe from today to the end of the year. As soon as interest rates drop and then the snow start melting in the spring, it's going to create a little bit of a rush, right? Because typically spring is already hot. Like out of the 4 seasons, spring is our hottest season,
Yes, yes,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm like, did you know that real estate goes through these seasons?
I did mention that fact that spring is a better time to sell, but at the same time, from previous discussions with you, I didn't do a prediction. I said
Yep.
market interest rate went up, market slowed down, interest rates are coming down.
Yeah.
Maybe the market picks up
Yeah.
because again, I didn't want me to
Of course.
get held on my comments. I said there's a possibility the market
Yep.
can pick up. So spring is a better time than being in the market in winter.
Correct.
And if you like, you can proceed in the spring.
Yep.
So
So yeah.
I also said, I said, do you want to sell first or buy first? So
Yes.
that was a short discussion.
Good.
And uh, sh- she said, no, no, I have to make sure the house I'm selling, I'm
Mhm.
buying is the right one.
Okay.
And I told her, I said, you also understand if you buy first, then you have a limited time to sell the house. And you cannot try the market, then you have to be just right on the point. And the husband said, yeah, I'm not greedy.
They
I
all
am
say that.
that
Yeah.
I have to sell the house at the market price.
Okay.
He
They all
also
say that.
said it. Yeah,
Yeah, but they all say that.
they also
So yeah.
correct.
So
Yeah.
the thing is, the reason why, because you don't have a timeline and you want them to kind of make a decision on their timeline,
Mhm.
right? So yes, uh when I say that typically, that's why I say typically. Typically the spring market is the hottest market for the out of the whole year.
Right.
Um and you can kind of say that because well, the end of this year where we're not sure what's happening. Well, right now it's not busy. You can tell it's already up.
Mhm.
And then the thing is, anything that's put out into the real estate market takes a very slow effect, like 2 to 4 months for it to affect, right? So just because the interest rate just dropped now doesn't mean that we're busy now, but we will see the result of this interest rate drop in 2 to 4 months.
All right.
While we're waiting for the interest rate to drop for 2 to 4 months, there will be another one at the end of the year, right? And then we will see if this actually sparks some interest.
Correct.
Typically, in general, not even talking about like interest rates, but in general,
Mhm.
spring becomes a little bit more busier than it is now in the fall. Typically, if you buy today, you're better off than buying in the spring, correct?
Even buying can be anytime. I think selling
I'm
point
just
of
saying buying.
view
I'm just
better.
talking about buying because you gotta
Sure.
touch on both.
Buy first,
Because
yeah.
it looks like buying is more important to them than selling at
Mhm.
this moment. I don't know
Correct.
them that much, but from what I
Yeah,
hear,
yeah, yeah. She
that
said.
buying seems to be the most important thing. And you
Yeah.
also have to understand that it's not always about their selling. It's about, because when you say that they sell at the highest point, and that's kind of great, but then they're also buying at the highest point,
Correct.
right? So it's kind of almost irrelevant because you convince them to sell it at a highest point, but then you also convince them to buy at the highest point. I'm not sure if they want to buy at the highest point,
Mhm.
right? So, and if they sell at the lowest point, then they're not really happy selling at the lowest point. But so it doesn't really matter. What I hear her say that is she wanted to make sure that the next house is the correct house that she's going to move into, because everybody's like this. It's a very big
Yeah.
decision to move, and they want to make sure the next house is that they like.
Correct.
So, or it's one or the other. So there are buyers that live in a house and they're so unhappy about the house that they don't care where they move. They just know that they need to move. Either financially, they're struggling. Area wise, they're struggling. Like area, maybe they're right next to a train track. Maybe they are, there's construction, a bridge is coming. They really don't like their neighbors anymore. Their new neighbors runs Airbnb and they can't take it no more. There is something so painful about the house that it's pushing them just to get out of the house, and not a desire to have this certain thing in a new house. Does that make sense?
This particular client,
That's no, that's one type of
Jenny. Okay.
owner. Then the other one is that they're happy in their house, but they want something more,
Mhm.
right? They want something more, like meaning that, like this one, they want a bigger
Like this
driveway,
one.
right? They have a kid coming and they would like a bigger house.
Mm.
Like they're so focused on the new house that
Okay.
they're so drawn towards the goal, and there's
Mhm.
actual no real pain in the house.
Correct.
But the desire for the new house has overcome them liking this house. Like that's how. So
Mhm.
there's two different people,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
So then you would kind of situate their plan or the market into their goal and desire, right?
Yeah.
So where somebody is like, oh, my house, I don't care, I just don't like living here anymore, I don't know where I want to go yet, but I know I don't want to be here. So
Correct.
there's no desire of the new house. So then those people, then maybe you can lean towards more of when is the best time to sell.
Yeah, for those people, yes.
Yes.
But
Then the other people, for
for
the other
this,
people who have a desire to buy more,
correct,
then talking about when is the best time to sell may not be
the
the
best.
talk that need to be spoken,
You're right.
right? So it's more of like, okay, you want to buy a home, so what kind of market do you want to buy this home in? Do you want to buy it today when the prices are low and the interest rates are coming down, so you're going to get the best deal ever,
Correct.
right? Because people who live in their house for a very long time already, the amount of gain that they're going to get in the short amount of time has not a lot of effect on them because they have bought it for $200,000 and now it's worth $1 million. So $1,000,001 or 900 really makes no difference to them. They pocketed so much already. So
Mhm.
having the maximum amount from a winter market to a spring market may not affect them. I'm not saying for everybody, but it may not affect them as much. But for them to understand that they're going to get a good deal the next purchase may be a better gain for them.
Correct. Yeah.
Right? So when in this situation, when their desire of the new house is stronger than the pain of living in this house,
Mm.
right? Then you're like, okay, so do you want to purchase like today in this market or in spring or the next year? Like it doesn't matter when you purchase. The only thing is I don't want you to be purchased in next year in September,
I'm not.
thinking you wish you bought it today in this market, because
Mm.
then you can see the history of what happened, right?
Mm.
Now I can't predict the future and I can't guarantee you that next September it's going to be higher, but
Mm.
there's a possible chance that is. So
Correct.
the house that you see today for $1 million could be $1.1 million by the end of next year.
Mm.
Now, if you are okay spending that extra amount of money because you have the luxury of time, then by all means, there's no regret, right? But if you turn around, you let me know, and you're like, oh my God, this house I could have bought it today for this lesser price, then that's kind of like, I wish I've done that instead. Then at least I'm letting you know the path that you could take. So and then you explain the markets. Then you go in today's market, low interest rates, lowering interest rates, and the prices hasn't caught up with because it hasn't taken effect. So it's
Right.
probably the best time to purchase.
Right.
Next spring could be a little bit of a challenge of what's happening because typically spring is a hot market.
Mm.
Plus they're going to be interest rates drop along the way that today,
Mm.
December, and then
Mhm.
maybe another one next year. So with all these interest rates dropping and the spring sprinkling it to be hot, it could be absolutely crazy. It could be absolutely crazy.
Mm.
Nobody knows, but it looks like we have the right ingredients for that kind of storm.
For the market to pick up. Yeah.
We have the right ingredients for that storm, and we just got to see what the ingredients are going to cook out in spring,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And so that could be very well that happens, right? Again, this is just to let you know what's coming, because as a real estate agent professional, if I were to buy something today, this is what I would do. I would figure out when is the best time for me to buy. But with my knowledge, I can make that kind of knowledgeable decision because I have knowledge. And so me being here with you today is to give you all the knowledge that I have so that you also can make an informed decision. So that not just real estate agents make informed decision, but our job is to give you the information so that you can be in the same position we are.
Right.
Right? And
Okay.
so this is why I'm sharing you the market and understanding. So you can take a look and start searching, right? And then see what out there you like. And if you don't find anything, that's okay. You can just
Mhm.
keep searching, but just be aware of what's happening in the market, right? And then so maybe you come along a house, and you're like, oh, it's actually pretty good, but I'm not sure if I should wait, right? That's the key point where you use all the knowledge that I've given you to see if you should wait or not.
Mhm. Which I will, I think, whenever they go out to see a house. No, that's the time I can only talk about this.
Yep.
Right? Okay.
So
So
you
I
can see,
will focus on them finding a house.
yeah,
And of course, I will talk about all this. We discussed about the possibility market going up and best
yeah,
time to buy now, like that. Yeah,
yeah.
I will.
So
Okay.
yeah, you wanna you kind of like yeah. That's how you kind of build the relationship,
Right. Yeah.
right? Is
Yeah.
and then you can also touch base and by saying, just so that you know, when you're buying and selling the same market, it happens to both houses. So if you're buying a cheap house in this market, you get excited, just so that you
Mhm.
know that you're also selling the same market.
Correct.
right? And then in the spring come, if you feel the pain of buying an expensive house and it's overpriced or whatever it may be,
Mm.
then just to keep in mind that your house is going to be the same situation,
Correct.
right? So, like yes, the market can somewhat persuade you or push you in some direction of buying and selling, but what I find is typic typically when you buy and sell in the same market, it doesn't matter which market you're doing it, as long as you can find the right house. And then that gives them a little bit of reassurance sometimes, because once you
That
share
way
them
they
the
can,
market,
yeah,
yeah, they're like, oh my God, then what's the perfect market for me to buy it? I don't know. Paul's saying that right now is a good thing and it could be expensive. Like, so, and then once you explain it to them for them to understand how the market is going, but then you also let them know that, if you're buying and selling the same market, right, you're going to be okay. It's only
and
when you buy in one market and decide to wait or sell in market and decide to wait, that's kind of where the problem
yes,
lies.
they
Yeah.
will sell and buy at the
Yeah.
same time. So eventually it will not make a huge difference.
Yeah.
Will be paying the same difference now or year after, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So the main thing is to find something
That they
cheap.
love. So that's too, because you want to educate them on the market, because as they're looking for houses, they're going to see shift and change in prices, and then they have to understand what's happening and why that's happening. But then they're going to get a reassurance that that's going to be okay because the same thing is happening to their house.
Your house too.
Yeah. So what was I going to say?
Yeah. So they don't need to worry a lot about that. Okay, we are buying in a cheaper market, but
Yeah.
they have to tell them that they will be selling cheaper too. But
Yeah.
let's say they take 6 months or a year and market picks up. And now
Yeah.
they're worried, did we lose the time when the property
Yeah.
cheaper? I would say, don't worry. If they have gone up, the house you're
Mhm.
going to sell has also
Also,
gone up. So it's the same thing. Had you sold 6 months before, bought and sold 6 months
yeah.
before, or you're buying and selling now,
Mm.
the market difference will be the same.
So, because the thing is, for us, it's common sense because we are in
I
real
have
estate.
to tell
But for
them.
them, it's if they don't understand it, then it's not so understandable for them, right? Because then it will just make it sound like you're trying to sell them a house, right? It will sound like, yeah, buy, don't worry, you're selling it. Like, it's not, you don't, you want to pass information so that they make the right decision, not to convince them to buy or sell a house,
Yeah,
right? Because they're always, when people haven't trust you 100%, they're still kind of like, is he giving me information just to sell the house, or is he giving me information because this is what's happening? They don't know the difference yet. But once they build that trust, then you can tell them anything you like,
yeah,
right? But to get them to understand to where your understanding is, they kind of have to because when you say that, it doesn't matter which market you're buying or selling, it's the same thing. But that line there came with like 10 other information in order to come to that conclusion, right? And then they have to understand those 10 lines before they can come to the same conclusion. But they don't have that knowledge yet, so that you're supposed to give them that knowledge to come to the same. You have to hold them hand by hand, treat them like a baby. All the information comes out has to be like teaching somebody brand new in the world, like they just landed on the planet, kind of thing,
yeah.
right? So yeah, slowly educate them and then hold their hands, and then they'll be fine once they understand everything and they go through everything, and then that's how and then you gotta and continue to read the book, because then it'll show you more of how to not sell, but
Page 16.
be a part of the, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a
Okay.
good book to go through once a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one thing. And what else? Second good thing happened yesterday. I listed that house. I think I spoke with you, those
Which
senior
couple? Senior?
husband, wife.
Okay, and then what's their situation?
Well, they bought the house in Windsor. I think we discussed.
Hold on, yes.
So they are now living there. They bought that house in May.
Uh-huh.
And
Oh
I
yeah. Oh
met
yeah.
them
Yep.
about 10 days ago. I sent
Yep.
them exclusive. So
Yep.
the house was ready yesterday. It is
Hmm.
on the market
Nice. It did any cleaning?
now. She's cleaned it
Okay.
because they have two big husky dogs. So
Uh-huh.
I said, once you move out, then I will check it. If it needs some soft cleaning or something, I will get it done. But she said we will clean it
Okay.
when we are leaving. So
When
it's a small house, but
okay.
she does the thing. It's a small house, detached but small. I
Okay.
think
And
she
it's
could
listed
do
on
it.
Thursday? Okay, that's good. That's good.
So it is on the market yesterday.
Hmm. That's good.
Then the couple who wanted to terminate,
Hmm.
so eventually they said we don't want to sell. I sent them suspension,
Yeah.
and the listing is signed until August of next year.
Okay. So
For some
yes.
reason, I kind of, you will not like it, but when they were signing, I signed it for a year. I was
Okay.
kind of bit in a doubt about their seriousness.
Okay.
She said, "Oh, we decided not to sell the house. We will wait 2 years, and I'm going
Okay.
back
So you
home
suspended. Yeah.
for 6 months." I said, "Okay, here is suspension."
Yeah.
I sent it to, and she called back in 1 hour. "Oh, this is suspension. No, no, no.
Yeah.
I want cancellation."
Mm.
I said, "Okay,
Interesting.
why do you want cancellation? Because you don't want to sell the house, so suspend it."
Yeah.
"Oh, no, I want to be free. I don't want it to be on the MLS." I
It's
said,
not on
"No
MLS.
bother. It's not, even if it is on them, it will be. It will show as suspended, right?"
Nobody's going to see it. No one's going to book appointment.
Right. I said, "No, we stopped the appointments. No one is going to see the house.
Yeah.
You be bothered, and
Yeah.
by August it will go off the MLS. And
Yeah.
you want me to look into again, let me know."
Yeah.
"No, no, we want cancellation." I said, when you sign the contract, uh, there was a paragraph that says you owe me $2,500, my company, $2,500 if
Yeah.
the listing is
Okay.
suspended or cancelled.
Yeah. Okay.
Suspended or cancelled.
Yeah.
Still, if you suspend it,
Yeah.
very likely I will ask the company not to charge you.
Hmm.
But if you insist on
Cancellation.
cancellation, they will charge you.
Yeah.
Now "Oh, you didn't explain us that thing."
Hmm.
I said, "We signed this agreement twice. First time you wanted me to cancel because you had to go to bank to get
Hmm.
money for the investment.
Yeah.
So you told me to cancel. So we
Hmm.
signed the same listing agreement then. And
Hmm.
second time when you said, okay, you're ready to sell. No, no, we didn't understood. I didn't say anything." I said,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, okay."
Hmm.
And I said, "I wanted to come to you and talk about the market, but you refused to meet me.
Hmm.
And the house is where it is anyways. It's priced high in today's market."
Hmm.
They said, "Yeah, we will wait 2 years." I said, "Okay, then suspend it." "No,
Hmm.
no, we won't terminate." I said, "Okay, talk to my manager.
Hmm.
It's not in my hand, it's
Yeah.
in his hands." So I gave the number.
Yeah. And you waited?
Felt kind of a little bad inside that these people are in my farm.
Yeah.
Will they bad mouth? But I also felt bad that these are the people, they don't respect my effort. For
Yeah.
them, their 2,500 is
Yeah.
be more than all 2 times, 4 days I did open
Yeah.
house, did everything, arranged electrician, arranged the painters,
Yeah.
arranged the staging. I put my
Yeah.
time. For them, that has no value. That's make me to
Yeah.
force
Yeah.
that clause.
Hmm.
I was kind of not very happy,
Yeah.
also angry that these people, they don't value my
Yeah.
services at all. I
Well,
don't
let's
know.
just see what they say. We'll see. And also, Next, from learning experience now, that they need to initial next to that clause.
It's on a page. It's on a
No,
separate
I know it's on the
spreadsheet.
page. I know it's a separate page, but they need to initial next to the clause. Because then they go, you didn't explain to me this properly. I'm like, no, see this initial here? It's initial because we explained it to you.
I did. Actually,
Okay.
I did. And the
Okay.
guy says, husband, wife, he said, yeah, Paul, we understand. Nobody is working free. We
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
Like he's the one, nobody else so far has
Yeah.
said it. We understand. We understand. Nobody's working free.
Yeah.
I remember his words.
So keep his
Other
words.
people don't.
Yeah.
They just, in the process of
It's just-
going through, they
yeah.
don't make a remark over your clauses. They
Yeah.
read. But
Yeah.
this person acknowledged and appreciated clauses in the agreement. And now he's saying, I
You should have
don't
reminded her.
No, I
You
didn't.
should have reminded her, like
See,
dude.
at this time, anything I will say, they will not hear.
Yeah.
We are now in that mindset.
Yep.
So we didn't talk about what went wrong. I did say, I said 3 things can go, are there to sell the house: marketing, right price, and how the house is presented. I
Yeah.
said, how is your house? Is it not presented well? I said, no, it is very good. Okay. You think we did open houses, proper marketing, flyers? Yeah, we did. Then what else? I said, it's the price. You started with the price. When it didn't work, I wanted to meet you to talk the next course of action. You never let me talk. So here you are. Anyway, so I didn't, this was as short as I spoke with you. I didn't elaborate because they wouldn't listen to
But
what
they want to listen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you call your manager to let them know that the call could be
I,
coming? Okay.
I told him everything. I sent
Yeah.
him the contract and I
Yeah.
said, here it is written and signed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel bad, but I feel also bad for myself.
Yes.
And then I thought, I'm never kind of force. Then I thought, okay, better let them feel bad.
Yeah.
Why should I, who spend time and money, should
Yeah.
feel bad
Yep. You didn't do
for their
anything wrong.
mistake?
Yeah.
It's okay if they are doing bad mouthing in the neighborhood, let them.
There's like they can't tell everybody in the neighborhood. They may tell the next door neighbors, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were referral. They were referred by the person whose home I sold, right in front of them. They moved
Yep.
to Nova Scotia, and he called them, and
Yeah.
well, that's
Yeah.
it.
Same thing. Like everybody signs the same thing, and everybody agrees to the same thing.
Yeah,
So why are you different?
I had this clause in the listing I signed
Yep.
yesterday in that too.
Yep. Okay. Then
And I will be becoming more of a business. I can say that the one who is not grabbing
Yes.
or
Good.
running after the business, I will say these are my terms.
Yeah.
If you're happy, I will work. If you're not, that's okay.
That's
I will
perfect.
stick to my terms.
Yeah.
Yeah, pricing in clauses in my.
And you'll feel better.
I will feel better. If I lost the business, it's okay.
You're gonna lose the business in the
Peace
end
of mind
anyways.
for me, and it's okay to lose the
Well,
business.
if you don't qualify them, you're gonna lose them anyways,
Yes, that's also right.
right? That's why Wayne Kahn goes through his pre-qualification very, very well, because the better you pre-qualify it, the better, like, the better it is. Like you should be able at this point in your career figure out if they're serious or not.
You were saying that.
Yeah. And you do the same thing with a buyer. You make them jump through so many loops and hoops before you can get them to see a house. No, you
I
don't.
don't work for buyers.
Yes, yes. The only buyers you have is the one that sold their house.
If they sometimes
Yes.
they do,
Yeah.
sometimes 1/3 time they don't, but
Yeah. So yeah,
2/3 times they don't buy, but 1/3 times they do.
yeah. So they just have to go through all these hoops. It's just has to make sense. for them. Like if they're unsure of if they should sell or not, and they put their house on the market and then they figure it out, then the person who guided them didn't guide them properly. Right? Because they were there, they don't know better. They don't know if they should or should not. They don't know any of this stuff, right? So they were looking for guidance and help. And the person who shows up the door to list their house is supposed to be their real estate consultant,
Correct.
not the real estate listing agent.
Correct.
Yeah, listing agent just lists the house and puts it on the market. You're a real estate consultant agent. I consult people. That's the difference between you and somebody else, is that they're a listing agent, there's a consulting agent. Which one do you want? If you want a listing agent, then you got to go find somebody else. If you want somebody who's experienced and knows the market and knows the houses inside out, then I'm the consultant. That's the difference. Yeah, and consultant helps you throughout the way. Consultant lets you understand if the price that you are pricing, if that's correct. A consultant understands which days of the market, which days of the week is a good day to list. A consultant understands if something goes wrong in the deal by the buyer, they understand what to do. A listing agent comes here, stick a lawn on your sign, stick a sign on your lawn.
Didn't catch you.
Oh, that's all right. Stick a sign on your lawn.
No.
Put you on MLS. Or stick a lawn on your sign. Put you on MLS. And then they go away and they go find another house to list because they're a listing agent. Now, if that's the agent that you're looking for, there's plenty of them. $9.99 to list your house, a 1% agent, a lot of them. If you're looking for a real estate consultant to consult you and guide you throughout the process, for example, understanding the condition before you put the house on the market, understanding the contract that comes in from the other buyer, understanding the contract actually protects you or not, all that stuff requires a consultant. Yeah. So are you looking for a consultant or listing agent? Listing agent? Okay.
I'm only the consultant.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the difference between the two. And that's why you have put your shoes on. You said, I'm consultant, Susan. I'm no longer a listing agent. I'm not going to run after the listing no more. As a consultant, I want to ensure if the person that I'm working with actually fits my goals and values. And if I can help them to get their goals and values, then I will certainly happy to help them. But if they have goals and values that I cannot help them with, then my consulting skills cannot help them. Right?
Okay.
Sounds good?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
That's all I have for today.
Thanks a lot. I will text you the number of that
Address?
ready, and then you
I'll
talk
take
to them. If they are willing to do, then you connect them to me.
Yep.
Okay.
And then continue reading the book.
I will. Yeah.
And then figure out how you get to do the stuff done. If by next week you're not getting things done, then we have a problem of getting things done. And then we're going to work on that skill.
Yeah. Yes.
Make you cold plunge or something like that. Because that's a muscle, right? Getting things like in your brain, you want to do something, but physically you don't want to do it.
Right.
That is the link between your brain and your body. That link there is not strong enough. So when people cold plunge, yes, for health reasons, but also for mental reason, because physically you have to go in. Mentally, it's saying it's too cold. You don't have to do it. It's too cold. We don't really have to do it. Why are we doing this? Let's just do it tomorrow. This is stupid. No, 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 no. You're going to freeze. Oh my God, it's going to be so cold when you jump in. You're going to die. Like all that stuff happens.
Yeah.
Right. And then physically you don't do it. Yeah. Because it's a thought. So when people do cold plunges, it's actually exercising that thought that's going on to not listen to it. Like you learn how to
Mm.
shut it off, and learning how to shut it off is a skill that needs to be practiced. Learning to shut it off, right? So that's why when people cold plunge, their not motivation, but their skill of getting things done increases because then they are able to not let their thoughts affect them
Mm.
physically.
Correct.
Yeah. So by 2 weeks, if you don't get things done, we're doing cold plunges.
Okay.
That's how you exercise that part.
Uh,
Okay. Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Good for today. Anything else?
No.
We're good. That was a good hour.
Welcome.
We're gonna save it.
Every day is a new day. More welcome for next week.
That's true.
Yeah.
Thanks
Okay.
again for your time.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you so
I
much.
appreciate it.
Appreciate your time. Okay.
Thanks for letting me talk. Have
Sure.
a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.